The last time I saw this insanity in the markets was when I made the call at 69,000 that Bitcoin was going to top and go to 20,000. That's the last time it's been this crazy. Now, again, it doesn't mean history is going to repeat, but you have to think about the potential for rhyming. Very interesting little tidbit there. And that's just experience, guys, been around for a long, long time. All right, Bitcoin breaking 47,000 level for the first time. The fact that I got out of my short with members back at 38.5 to 39, very, very good at this point. Glad I did that.
Bitcoin marched higher to the end of the week, with its price breaching the $48,000 level at one point for the first time since spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds began trading. With more than 2 decades of experience in the financial markets, Gareth Soloway is set to deliver a comprehensive game plan. Soloway will offer a detailed market update and analyze key charts to provide valuable insights into current market conditions. On February 9th, Bitcoin's price hit a daily peak of $47,661. Per CoinMarketCap, this is the highest the pioneer cryptocurrency has traded since the market euphoria that heralded the Bitcoin ETF approval verdict on January 11th. The recent price uptick is attributed to deepening institutional adoption and Bitcoin miners making bullish bets ahead of the next halving event. Now 70 days away, Bitcoin's fourth halving event will occur when the number of blocks reaches 840,000 in April 2024, cutting reward issues to miners from 6.25 to 3.125 Bitcoin per block mined. Following Soloway's insights, after surpassing the $44,000 level, the subsequent target for Bitcoin is approximately 49,000. Additionally, Soloway suggests that it wouldn't be unexpected for Bitcoin to exceed the $50,000 threshold. Focusing on Ethereum, Soloway highlights that Ethereum's price movements can be observed within multiple channels. Ether's price witnessed a 10% increase in the first 9 days of February, breaking above 2,450 for the first time in 3 weeks. This movement was aligned with the broader cryptocurrency market's bullish momentum and significantly influenced by the macroeconomic environment. Let's delve into the video to gain insight into Soloway's analysis. Before we begin, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon to stay updated with the latest content.
Bitcoin here, guys, this continues to push up. Now, we talked about this, right? We said that as long as you don't get through this line and close and confirm, then this is resistance. However, 3 days ago, or 2 days ago now, well, that's 3, right? It closed above, confirmed, and there it goes. So this is the key about technical analysis, right? Technical analysis guides you. You have your level. If it gets broken, all of a sudden it breaks resistance. Like there's a ceiling there, right? So you continue to hit on that underbelly of the ceiling. The more you hit, the weaker that ceiling becomes until you finally break through. Once you're through, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room above that ceiling to go. And that's why you're seeing this extended move coming up here. Now, where is it most likely going to go? Well, chances are you're going to be in here. I mean, yeah, maybe in this area, but potential upside is still right up here at around 49 to 50,000. Now, again, will I short? I don't know yet. I got to look at the price action. I got to see if I have other factors forming. Do I get some time counts? Do I get some other trend line calculations and so forth? But I am monitoring it as, again, I covered my short when we were below 39, made a nice little chunk of change with members. Now I've been waiting on the sidelines to see what it does here. And if, again, it gets maybe 50,000, I would consider shorting it on a pierce of that. The only other thing to keep in mind is you still have a weekly topping tail. So the weekly topping tail here, and I'm going to erase all this stuff, but you can see right here on the weekly, let's go to the weekly topping tail, is that this weekly topping tail is still intact, right? So unless you have a weekly close above that high, that topping tail, again, still is a dominant factor that this is still going to be resistance. So again, once we broke that 44,000 level, remember 43 to 44 was my zone. Then you go up, now you're testing again, or you should test 49,000. And again, I wouldn't even be surprised that even number, just like S&P 5,000, maybe we can even pierce that 50,000 level on Bitcoin. Ethereum, just want to touch on this, guys, because again, I do think a lot of you guys are intrigued by Ethereum. So Ethereum is showing some strength here. One of the things I want to just go over as I flip through here is that Ethereum has multiple channels, right? You have the big channel here, which has kept price in check, and then you actually had this little channel from these highs here, then it broke through, and then it created a new channel, which basically is parallel to this channel, which is here, right? So essentially what I'm watching for on Ethereum is this right here. If it can close above, it opens the door to head back up to 2750 or so. That would be your upper range. Now, once it gets there, that will be resistance. That'll be a new ceiling, right? It has to hammer on that ceiling. Can it break through? It can. But again, you have to respect resistance at that point. Okay?
Turning attention to other assets, Soloway briefly examines gold and silver charts. Due to hawkish rhetoric from various U.S. Fed officials, and the resilience of the U.S. dollar index on stimulus buzz ahead of the U.S. presidential elections this year, gold prices continue to trade sideways for another week. And silver prices are slightly up in lackluster early U.S. trading Friday. Thursday's surprising deflation news coming out of China is still a bearish weight on the metals markets to end the trading week. The U.S. stock indexes at record highs are also a negative element for the safe haven metals. Soloway suggests that gold's appeal could resurface during market turbulence or when recession fears arise. Despite current market conditions, Soloway remains optimistic about silver's longer-term prospects as long as key support levels remain intact. Let's redirect our attention to a video.
Gold continues to be in a channel here. So again, we do see this channel. We're at the lower end of the channel. I think I told you yesterday that even if it breaks down below the lower end of the channel, it's only a short-term little setup, right, versus the bigger picture. Remember, time frame-wise, if you're looking for where the markets are going to be in 12 months, 24 months, you go to the monthly chart. If you want to know where markets will be in 6 months, you go to the weekly chart. If you want to know where markets will be in the next month or so, you go to the daily chart. And so we're on the daily chart here. And again, we know that the bigger pattern is still that breakout there. But if we break right through here, you have support right there, and then you have secondary support here at 1975. So yeah, there could be a little downside there, but nothing to write home about at this point. And it makes sense, right? As long as you have risk on in the stock market and we're hitting new all-time highs in 5,000 and all this stuff, gold is not a favorite asset, right? People aren't rushing into gold because of where the markets are right now. Now, if the markets start dropping, if we get scared, if it looks like a recession is coming, that's where gold will shine. Okay, next up, let's take a look at just a couple more things, just checking the time here. We have silver. This is your bigger picture on silver. This is the monthly chart. The reason why the daily chart doesn't show a whole lot. It could come down to 2150 on silver, but the monthly is really what I like to look at here. So again, one of the things on the monthly, and by the way, this gives basically our 1 to 2 year price action, is this pattern here. I really like this pattern here, kind of the same sort of inverse head and shoulders that gold's putting in. I love this move up. You could also argue this is a flag pattern, so this could also be a flag pattern in here off of this up move. So as long as basically we don't take this out down here, which is way lower, I mean, that would be crazy if we took that out, then this remains overall on the longer term a bullish chart on silver.
History repeats now. Financial expert and entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki tweeted as he urged his followers to be innovative and bet on gold, silver, Bitcoin, rather than games or the US dollar. Kiyosaki owns Bitcoin. Recently, he admitted that he buys Bitcoin as protection against the theft of our wealth via our money. What is your stance? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. If you found this content helpful, show your support by giving it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to stay updated. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us.